Welcome back to Torah in 10, Parsha Vayakhel. I'm Jody Burkell, and I'm so excited to be here with you again. Just how important is community? Well, I didn't grow up watching the TV show Cheers, but I can still sing the chorus of the theme song. Remember?
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can see and troubles are all the same. You want to be where everybody knows your name.
When I hear this, I think of my shul, a place where everybody knows your name and they're always glad you came. This is a relatively new experience for me. I didn't grow up being part of a community, so I know firsthand what a difference this can make in our lives. In this week's Parsha, Rabbi Sacks teaches us that Jewish spirituality is first and foremost about community. In the episode of the Golden Calf, we read, when the people saw that Moses was taking longer than expected to come down the mountain, they gathered themselves, Vayakhel in Hebrew. They gathered themselves around Aaron. This time they assembled to build the Golden Calf. Go forward and we read, as Moses came down the mountain with the second set of tablets, after having won God's forgiveness for the Jewish people, Moses began the process of rededicating the people. He assembled, Vayakhel, the entire nation. They had sinned as a community, and now they were about to rebuild their relationship with God and with each other as a community. How does Moses do this? It's actually amazing. He began by reminding the people the laws of Shabbat. Then he instructed them to build the Mishkan, the sanctuary, a symbolic home for God. Why these two commandments rather than any others? Rabbi Sacks says, because Shabbat and the Mishkan are the two most powerful ways of building community. The best way of turning a diverse, disconnected group into a team, has anyone ever watched the show Survivor? Is to get them to build something together, hence the Mishkan. And the best way of strengthening relationships is to set aside dedicated time when we focus not on our individual pursuits, but on the things we share by praying together, studying Torah together, and celebrating together. In other words, Shabbat. Shabbat and the Mishkan were the two great community building experiences of the Israelites in the desert. Our sages tell us that a person is like a whole world. We are each so valuable and irreplaceable. But there is one time in the Torah that God uses the words not good. We read in the verse, it's not good for man to be alone. Ours is a religion of community. We need each other. Our holiest prayers cannot be said without a minyan. I had an aha moment this past Yom Kippur when I was praying outside in a tent with the community we made with our friends and neighbors during COVID. It was during Ne'ilah, the final prayer of the high holidays. I noticed how many times when we ask God to forgive us, we're asking on behalf of everyone, the entire Jewish people. I thought about that although not everyone was in shul, each one of us is included in everyone else's prayers. Do we realize how incredible this is? It's such a gift. When we say that the Jewish people are one nation with one heart, it's not lip service, it's the truth. Because when a Jew prays, it's always in the plural. What's even more amazing is that research has shown that regular attendance at a house of worship, for us, that's shul, but for others, the data is the same. It's the greatest predictor of altruism. Statistics show that people are more likely to give to charity, regardless of whether that charity is religious or not. They are also more likely to do volunteer work, give money to a homeless person, spend time with someone who's feeling depressed, or help someone find a job. Rabbi Sacks teaches us religion creates community. Community creates altruism, and altruism turns us away from a focus on me to a focus on we. What Moses had to do after the golden calf was Vayakhel, turn the Israelites into a kehillah, a community. Moses was showing us the power of community for the good. Shabbat and the synagogue are moments in space and time where we feel like we belong, when we come together as a community to strengthen the bonds between us and then go out and make a difference in the world. I was recently listening to Rabbi Moshe Weinberger. He said something so simple but powerful. He said, we need friends to build us up and to give us strength. We need friends who support us physically sometimes, spiritually sometimes, because life is filled with all kinds of challenges and we all have difficulties. We need tremendous strength to get through the challenges we go through. We need our friends to encourage us and support us, so we shouldn't feel overwhelmed by life. Personally, I wouldn't have survived the last 2 years without my community, without the people in my life. We may not be part of a religious community just yet. Thanks to Chabad, there is a place in almost every part of the world waiting with open arms for every Jew, without judgment, no matter your level of knowledge or observance. But it's not just Chabad or Aish or NCSY, but I would suggest starting there. This isn't the only type of community. We can create communities of our own, whether we're part of a sports team or when we come together to learn, to volunteer, to work together for a common purpose. We have created a place where we feel like we belong. And a sense of belonging is a basic need, fundamental to being human. As God says, it's not good for us to be alone. I feel blessed to count each one of you as part of my community. It's good for us and it's good for the world. I just love a win-win situation. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit the red button and don't forget to give us a big thumbs up. Looking forward to seeing you next time.